That'd do it.
Yeah.
Tell the
Anyways,
story.
Tell the story.
oh, tell the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is what happened. What happened was when I was living in Estes Park, it was very high in the mountains, so we got a lot of snow there. In first grade, I was at recess playing with a friend, and we were having a snowball fight together, which under school rules was not allowed, you know. And a teacher named Mrs. Huth came up to me and came up to us and asked us to stop doing it, but we continued doing it. So Miss Huth tried to separate us, and I did not like that. So what I did was I took one of my snowballs and threw it at her, and it hit her in the face, and she walked off right away without saying a word, and so we continued playing together. But then when recess ended, I went back to my then class, Mrs. Richardson's class, and Mrs. Richardson was not impressed with me, you know, and she told me what I was accused of. What was that?
Yeah, right. She had your books. She had your books in your bag packed on the desk and said, "There's the door, Doug."
Close. I ended up losing recess the next day, but I did make an excuse as to why I did it. And the excuse was pretty funny, but it obviously was not accepted by the school. And my excuse was that she had walked herself into the path of my snowball. And
yeah, right. Good one, Doug.
Well, look, sorry, can I just say that what happened there is an absolute perfect example of what I was talking about. I said I told you a time when I was an idiot, and the two of you immediately connected with that vulnerability and shared something vulnerable about yourselves. And that's what just happened there. That's exactly what, when talking to someone with a mental health issue, is what you do. You be yourself and you be vulnerable, and you know, you that vulnerability can lead to this really good communication. You want to show us your photo, your passport now, but oh my god.
Oh. So when you're going through immigration, they say, "Can you show us your passport?" I and that they go, "Yep, okay, you're right." Okay. So
I've heard,
yeah, completely and totally idiot for telling the world.
Do you know what? A lot of the time they're in customs, they're looking for people laundering money. They're not looking for people for laundering passports.
Well, I thought I'd make a good gangster, but it didn't work. They went, "That's not what we meant by laundering." Okie dokie. So awesome. That was funny. Yeah. So can you share a little bit more about the lady who started this op shop? Like, that's really interesting. What a clever idea.
Yeah. Well, I think like most people who have got into mental health issues, and especially who have got into helping people who have gone through suicide, either attempted suicide themselves, or who have people close to them who have suicided. She started off with that. So a very close family member of hers took their own life, died by suicide. And she saw really that there wasn't enough being done for it, because, you know, suicide, it's a taboo word a lot of the time. It has a lot of stigma, and people are afraid to use the word. So she just devoted her life to seeing how she could help in that. So she started up this op shop, and I think there's 3 around Adelaide at the moment. And it's really worthy, and it's genuine, and it's practical as well. She didn't just do it to tick boxes. It was there because she wanted to do something, and she had a novel idea of how to do it. The idea of being able to walk into a shop that doesn't ostensibly say it's about suicide, but so you can come in anonymously. You don't have to admit that that's what's going on because of the stigma, and then you can sort of go into a room and sit there. It's just a great idea.